Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ringside. This is the UK Wrestling Arena. It is Saturday, and you know what that means. It is time for UK Wrestling's monthly pay-per-view. Hello, I am Brett Hadley here at Ringside with the one, Sid Phoenix.
Good evening. Well, good afternoon now. It's not evening.
It could be
yet.
evening. Depends where you're listening.
Yeah.
Welcome to wherever you're listening or watching in the world. We are happy to have you with us. This is a pre-show for our big show tonight.
Huge show tonight.
It's UK Wrestling's Pride and Glory. We've got a lot to talk about. We have a pre-show match as well for your entertainment in a little while. So stay with us for that. We've got so much to cover, Sid. So much has happened in such a short time here at UK Wrestling.
In just 4 weeks, we've had huge changes.
We have, including a brand new UK Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, which we saw if you joined us for our last pay-per-view event here. Absolutely shocking scenes. I was appalled, shocked, horrified, every other imaginable adjective that you can find. I was absolutely...
I was going to say, when you saw Mustafa Khan come out, you thought, oh, he's going to save the day, yeah. He's going to work it. And then just feeding Jonathan like that.
You do not know what happened. We had a UK Wrestling Championship match between Jonathan Cedric and it was Jester.
Yes,
Joe Lewis in the ladder match. And there were 2 belts. Jonathan Cedric got the belts. Thought he was home safe and dry. Earlier on in the evening, Mustafa Khan had won the Dream Ticket match, so he had a championship match of his choice, his choosing whenever he wanted, and he came, well, it was just carnage. Of all the things, Mustafa Khan, Jonathan Cedric, tight as brothers, unbreakable bond, you know, you thought, you know, nothing was going to break them, but obviously that didn't happen. Mustafa Khan turned his back on everybody, including his friend, cashed in the Dream Ticket and became the brand new UK Wrestling Heavyweight Champion as we went off the air last month. Absolutely shocking scenes, Sid.
I was going to say, unbelievable scenes that we saw there. We just seen Jonathan Cedric go through that intense ladder match that obviously deserved the victory. We then saw Big Duncan come in, and obviously it was like beat down Jonathan, and he was like, oh, what can we do here? And then we saw Mustafa. I popped, I don't know, probably everyone else popped.
We thought Mustafa had come to save the day, but no, it was all a set-up, and Duncan threw Jonathan Cedric into the waiting arms. Well, no, it was, you know, the waiting arms of Big Duncan.
Yeah.
And then Mustafa was like, there we go, and the plan then came to fruition. And since then, what have we seen, Sid, since then?
Week in, week out. Well, the saying that they keep saying, we hear Mustafa Khan, he's now asking Jonathan Cedric to join the Persian Empire. He's saying, if you do not join, week in, week out, you'll keep getting beat down.
And that is what's happened.
Yeah.
You know, the Persian Empire is here, and if you've not seen UK Wrestling Showdown on a Friday night, who have we got in the Persian Empire? It's not just Mustafa Khan and Big Duncan, though, is it?
No, you've got Johan Hunt and Leonie Rose as well.
My favourite. I can't believe what she's doing. No,
even though she's
absolutely not. I can't believe what's happened there. I mean, just shocking.
But all 4 members, since they've joined this Persian Empire, have gone on winning streaks. They've become undefeated. They've been using
I never thought I would say the sentence winning streak, or the words winning streak and Johan Hunt in the same sentence.
Yes, he has been undefeated in 2022 since he's been having assists from Leonie Rose. Because obviously that started and we thought, what's going on there?
Am I living in a bizarro world here?
So Johan Hunt is currently undefeated. You've got to remember that.
That is not something I ever thought I'd hear anybody say. But Johan Hunt, who we will see a little bit later on, he's got his work cut out for him tonight, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So it all comes full circle. Tonight we have our main event here at Pride and Glory. It is Jonathan Cedric getting a rematch against the man who stabbed him and everybody else in the back tonight. It will be Jonathan Cedric against Mustafa Khan, but Sid, there are high stakes for the CEO of this company.
I'm going to say huge stakes. If Jonathan Cedric cannot win tonight, he is not allowed to challenge again for that UK Championship belt until Mustafa Khan loses it.
And Mustafa Khan will keep that belt as long as he sees fit. You know, you can tell he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think he's got any intentions of giving up that championship belt.
Mustafa Khan, he's got that huge enforcer in Big Duncan. And calls him boss. So he knows Duncan. He's always going to have his back because it's always boss this, boss that. So to me, who's going to put... Jonathan must win tonight, otherwise I can just see Mustafa Khan holding that belt for month after month
This
after
is it.
month.
Who's going to take it from him? But the thing also in this match is Jonathan Cedric and Mustafa Khan know each other very, very, very well. So Jonathan will know Mustafa Khan, if he's got any, he'll know his weaknesses, he'll know him inside out. But like you said, the numbers game, is it going to be too much?
But going on about the numbers game, there is a stipulation earlier in the card, the handicap match.
We do have
Big Duncan is against the wildcard Tommy Dillon, Sheikh Maktoum. Obviously, if them two can pick up the win, they're helping Jonathan out because Big Duncan is then banned from ringside.
This is it. We could have the equaliser for Mustafa Khan banned if. It's a big if, let's put it that way, isn't it? It's a massive
huge task for them
It's a great big whopping if the wildcard Tommy Dillon and Sheikh Maktoum can somehow, some way defeat the absolute colossus that is Big Duncan, then yeah, Big Duncan is banned from ringside in the main event tonight, and it'll be a little bit fairer for Cedric.
You've got to bear in mind, it's only Big Duncan banned. He can still have Johan Hunt and Leonie Rose out on ringside.
This is it, but it will be a huge obstacle out the way for the CEO and it's such a big if. Have you seen the size of Big Duncan?
6'9".
My God, he's huge, and he is a towering force. And yeah, if they can beat him, they can get rid of him from the main event. So that's to come tonight. We also have a huge UK Wrestling Tag Team Championship match again. A lot's happened there.
Yes, because
in the last month.
We have, as I've been calling it, the collective, and now a new collective. Obviously, we saw Henry Winter get his arm took out by JPR.
This is it. We thought at this point JPR was doing it out of honour and because he wanted to win, but no, JPR had a plan all along.
Yep, he looked at Cayman and it was like, we're together, and they just beat down Henry Winter.
I never thought I'd see that. I thought Henry Winter and Cayman Carlisle were tight as brothers. I really did. I could not honestly sit here and believe what I was seeing a few weeks ago, where Henry Winter got taken out and we haven't seen him since.
All I've had is come to commentary. He's come on Showdown commentary, and he made this match. He says, I got them tag team belts for the collective, not you, Cayman. So I'll tell you what, you can have a match at Pride and Glory, and it will be against Billy O'Keefe and Andrew Jepson.
A New Dawn, who, they have a point to prove. Billy O'Keefe is currently the around-the-clock champion. I say currently because while we're talking, he could have lost it.
That's the belt. Anything can happen.
He is currently the champion of the around-the-clock division. But him and the Man Mountain, Andrew Jepson, have a golden opportunity tonight.
Well, it's the first time we saw them get together was when Billy O'Keefe lost that around-the-clock championship to JPR.
Yes.
The collective then, the new collective, shall we say, then tried beating him down, and we saw Andrew Jepson come out to the saviour of Billy O'Keefe.
Yep, at least he's got a friend. And a very good friend at that.
I was going to say, you don't call him the Man Mountain for no reason. If you got him as backup, you're feeling confident in a match.
This is it. So we could have Billy two belts by the end of the night.
Yes, there's a chance. There's a chance, as long as no one takes that around-the-clock championship off him before his tag team.
This is it. Or the new collective, as we're reluctantly calling them, could assert their dominance over the tag team division.
Well, they're official. They've won the belts.
Yeah,
as
because
a tag team
JPR's been going around on social media this month going, my championship belt, I'm tag team champion. He never won it.
Yes, exactly.
He got given that belt. Yeah,
I'm the tag champ. Look at me, and
he's taken it everywhere. He's had it in his car. He's had it everywhere. But he never won that belt. I'm sorry, JPR, but you didn't.
I have in the last couple of weeks been reluctant to even introduce JPR to the ring as one half of the UK Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Well, there we go. Our ring announcer Shelby here, by the way.
If they do win this evening, I will very fairly introduce him as a tag team champion. But in my knowledge right now, he doesn't deserve that belt. He's carrying it as a placeholder.
I think that's a very fair comment.
He didn't win it.
No, he didn't. Although if you ask him, he'll go, yeah, I did. You know, he'd look me, slap me in the face and go, yeah, Brett, I did.
Well,
but he didn't.
You got to go across that JPR was the 2-belt champion as well.
Yeah,
you
we
won
had
that around the clock championship at the same
JPR,
time.
two belts JPR.
One and a half belts JPR.
It doesn't quite have the same ring as 2 belts Billy,
Not
but
quite.
you know, we'll see if Billy O'Keefe tonight can become a double champion, or if someone's going to take that around the clock championship, which is defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anywhere Billy O'Keefe goes at the moment, that belt goes, and he's at risk of losing it. So, you know.
I've held that belt before, and I lost.
You've held the belt.
I lost that belt by being hit in the chair and the back of the head.
I was just about to say to you, were you asleep when you lost the belt?
No, I got knocked out when I had that belt, and I never even knew I'd lost it.
So there you go. It is a risk. So Billy O'Keefe with a target on his back, but a golden opportunity tonight for the Anarchist and the Man Mountain to get the tag team titles away from the Collective and Cayman Carlisle.
I was actually just going to mention, Brett, that yesterday on Friday Night Showdown, Andrew Jepson was in a singles match against JPR, and we didn't see Billy O'Keefe yesterday, but we did hear from Cayman Carlisle that he knew why he wasn't there.
Oh, well, why was he not there?
We don't know.
We still don't know.
All we heard was that Cayman Carlisle said that he knew why he wasn't.
Oh, I bet he did.
So it would be interesting to see today if Billy
Have
O'Keefe
you seen Billy O'Keefe today?
I've not seen him today.
Sid, have you seen Billy
I've
O'Keefe?
still not seen Billy today, so it's a bit like...
I haven't seen him either.
Is he in this building yet or not?
And I think the other question is he still round the clock champion?
Yeah.
We're to see when he walks in this evening.
We're assuming that he
has
is,
that
but...
belt.
Yeah.
But going back to last night, we've missed out. The Collective are a bit dysfunctional.
Oh, hey, why is this? Is it not? Is it not all sunshine and roses?
No, we had
There you
Cayman
go.
Carlisle against Joe Sedgwick. JPR comes out, as they do, going to use the numbers game. And you've got Cayman Carlisle there saying, no, it's all right, JPR. You got to the back. I've got this. I can win without you. So
Right.
JPR leaves.
Okay.
The match
And then
goes
what
on.
happened?
Joe
Let me
Sedgwick
guess.
wins.
Cedric won.
Clean.
And did Cayman have any sort of excuse for this?
Well,
or?
JPR comes back out, gets in the ring and Cayman then blames himself.
What?
He's
Cayman
going,
was
why didn't you come out?
furious.
Why weren't you out here? What were
So
you doing
is there
back
some
there?
like malfunction at the junction here with this new Collective
And
already?
to top
or-
it off, then they'd having a shoving match in the middle of the ring.
So obviously there's some sort of dissension here.
So
Or is it all a ruse? Are they on the same page? Are they?
We did have a comment from Cayman Carlisle yesterday that when him and JPR were disagreeing in the ring, we heard, we'll talk about this when we get home. So it definitely felt like...
That makes them sound like an old married couple, to be honest.
It definitely felt like mum and dad just had an argument.
Yeah,
didn't
exactly. That's
it?
what I mean.
And that everyone just needed to back away slowly. So I think it'd be interesting to see if the new Collective are in fact a collective today, or if they are a separating body.
It's a very interesting point. We'll have to wait and see. So that is our huge tag team championship match later on, and also that main event. Huge stakes.
Well, the bonus we've got,
Huge
that main
stakes.
event, you've got Jonathan Sedgwick, he's on momentum at the minute. He's got 2 wins over the Persian Empire.
And I think he needed the momentum because he'll have been demoralised, after the last show where he got, he was on top of the world, he'd beaten J. Rowe Lewis, finally unified the belts, and then it was all cruelly taken away. But since then, you say he's been on a bit of
On
a...
top last night, he had a handicap tag match against Leonie Rose and Johan Hunt.
And he was victorious?
He was victorious
There we go. So he's got momentum.
He's got the momentum. We saw, but after that match, we saw Big Duncan run down, and I mean run. It was the first
Duncan?
time I've seen the big man
Wow.
get down that ramp in
Did he?
second, slid in the ring. Jonathan outside. Then we saw our UKW champion on the stage, warning him again. Join us again. Please join us, or else it's going to be a week in, week out beating.
I mean, I can't personally ever see Jonathan Sedgwick joining a Persian Empire.
I would like to know the reason behind them so desperately wanting Jonathan Sedgwick.
Why
to
do
be
they want
part
him
of
so
the Persian
much?
Empire.
Yeah, what's the advantage to Mustafa Khan here? What's the,
He's got the CEO in his back pocket if you can get him in that faction.
Fair point.
I don't think he'd let him leave.
This is it. So we will see tonight if Sedgwick, and if he loses though, like we said before, he will not get another shot at the UK Wrestling Championship as long as Mustafa Khan holds the belt.
I'm going to say, so that's
High stakes.
We're predicting that's a long time. So what is Jonathan Sedgwick going to be doing
This
if
is
he
it.
doesn't get
Can
that
you
win
imagine?
tonight?
Can you imagine him not around the UK Wrestling title picture?
That's a long time we haven't seen him around that.
It's like an unthinkable scenario, really, for Cedric to not be, not have.
I would quite like to, if Jonathan Cedric unfortunately loses tonight, I think I would quite like to see him tagging with Joe.
You want the Cedric family?
You want a family, family thing here? That'd be good.
That'd be really cool.
But isn't Joe Cedric sort of forming a bit of an alliance with somebody else at the moment as well?
Seem to be.
At the minute he's currently with the Yorkshireman.
This is it, and we will see the Yorkshireman. I like the Yorkshireman. We'll see him a bit later on. Because I get to say Yorkshire. And hey up, Duck, how are you?
We did in fact get to see Joe Cedric with the Yorkshireman yesterday.
Woo!
Didn't we? Phoenix.
I heard about this, yes. But the Yorkshireman will be in action here tonight against... against
Ian Creed,
my favourite.
That the man is.
Please, Shelby, make sure you announce him right,
and make sure you cover your ears up.
And cover your ears.
I'm not letting him get anywhere near my ears.
Whatever you do not call him a creep.
There is a reason I have my hair down today.
So Ian Creed with a D. Make sure you say it right. Against the Yorkshireman will also be coming your way a little bit later on, right here at Pride and Glory. Just checking the watch here. It's almost time for our pre-show match. Oh yes, our pre-show match, and it features the Society against. Well, it was going to be a tag team match. Unfortunately, it's not now going to be a tag team match. If you've been watching the escapades of young Horus the past few weeks.
He's on a losing streak.
Poor lad, I feel a bit sorry for him, I must admit.
He tried again last night. He put out the open challenge, forgetting to say a one-on-one open challenge.
Yeah.
So he sort of put his foot in his mouth a little bit.
Yeah, the Persian Empire came out to challenge him.
All of it?
4-on-1.
Oh dear. There's a lot to learn for young Horus, isn't there, to be honest? He's a little bit naive. There's a lot to learn for him.
Now, I do think we have to add that the Persian Empire were playing fair in the fact that there was only one of them in the ring at a time.
Well, the other three were stood outside waiting, like piranha fishers.
They definitely took turns.
Yes,
wow.
It was like feeding him to the wolves.
Is young Horus is he even like breathing properly today? Is he walking all right?
Well, we have seen him in the building, so we'll see.
Yes,
how
we did.
Today
We did. Like we hadn't seen some other people, but we had seen young Horus here today.
But like you were saying, Brett, this match was meant to be a tag team match today, and we are in fact missing Hunter Elkaris.
Yes, the resident demon of UKW. But
with his book.
Well, this is the point. The last time we saw him wrestle, Jester General Lewis picked up Hunter Elkaris'
actually held the book
and read from it for Steve. Since that, we didn't then see them on the following showdown. Both men were not there.
That's a little bit mysterious.
And tonight, Hunter Elkaris unable to attend. We don't know why. There's no reason why.
What's happened? Where's he gone?
Yes, this book is an interesting tool. We need to find out what it means.
There has to be a deeper reason why. Well, unfortunately for young Horus, though, it means that he's in a little bit of hot water again against Robert DeCaro and Remus Kane, the Society.
But we've got to say he's got experience in handicap matches now.
Well, yeah, but I don't really know if that experience is going to carry him. We've got lots more action to talk about, but let's get it down to ringside. Our pre-show match is on the way. Shelby, if you want to grab your microphone and do your thing, and we'll get this pre-show match underway. We've got lots more to talk about on this pre-show after this match.
Your pre-show match is a 2-on-1 handicap match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first, please welcome Robert DeCaro and Remus Kane, the Society!
These guys have been trying to make an upcoming on showdowns, but I'll say it while they're not here so they don't shout. They've not been doing very well. They've not won many. This is obviously we're going to see them as a tag again. This is last time we did see them was a triple threat tag match. They weren't victorious in that.
As they say themselves, rise the Society. We will see if they will rise tonight to the challenge in front of them.
Well, the stakes have got easier for them, shall we say?
Oh, definitely. I think they'll be a little bit more confident than they would have been maybe yesterday. They might not have realised that it was going to be 2-on-1.
But it might not play into their hands, that 2-on-1. They might have been preparing for this tag match, working tag scenarios out, and now they can't. They've got to remember it's just one man against them.
And remember, it is a tag match. They do have to tag in and out. They're not legal at the same time.
And please welcome to the ring their opponent. Young Horus!
Opponent.
The man determined.
The singular.
The singular opponent determined to get that first win here at UKW. But we're going to find out what state he's in, as I mentioned.
Oh, like you said,
he was in that 4-on-1.
Took a bit of a battering from the Persian Empire last night. Less than 24 hours ago. He can't be 100% surely. And here he is.
He's looking okay.
I say, he looks in good spirits for now, doesn't he?
But he was taking some, you should know, serious chops last night.
I can well imagine.
They were echoing through the building, some of the chops he was taking on that chair.
So, I mean, he might have his top on for a reason here, you know. Yeah. So do we think Young Horus has got a fighting chance here, guys, or do we think he's a little bit over his head?
I need to see a couple of minutes in. If he instead starts taking his opportunities, when he's got them down, carrying on, he seems to freeze and get angry or get wound up and stop attacking them.
He can't afford to do that against the society. Oh, dangerous opponents.
Oh, they're referencing, where's your demon tag partner?
This is it.
Young Horus
getting in his head. Yeah.
No one knows.
We haven't seen the guy. Here we go, Neil Ayrton asking for the bell to be rang. We're underway here at the Pride and Glory pre-show. And it is Remus Kane starting it off.
Interesting to see Remus Kane starting.
Yeah.
Normally it's Robert DeCaro that starts things off for the society.
So I think Young Horus might need this crowd here in the UKW arena to be on his side, to be his almost his silent tag team partner here, if he's going to stand a chance.
Yeah, I think he needs to feed off the crowd here tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As soon as he gets motion or anything from them, he needs to make sure he uses it.
That's a really, really good point. Now trying to go behind Remus Kane here, not really sure what he's looking to do, but...
Oh, breaks out of it there, Remus Kane.
Oh, the power of Remus Kane is taking Young Horus down to the canvas.
That belly to back just taking him straight down.
So Young Horus has got to survive.
But it takes it back into hammerlock there.
Survive the society. He's got a side headlock here, and Remus Kane takes him over.
He's just got to make sure you don't put him too close to his tag partner here.
It's dangerously close to the ropes and to Robert DeCaro. Oh, he rolls up.
Oh, just the two there.
Horus nearly had a very short evening there. Is he trying to out-wrestle Remus Kane here? Without, and now on the outside, DeCaro telling the ref, don't let him do that. He's almost taunting DeCaro at this point. Like, here, I've got your partner down on the floor and you can't do a damn thing about it. Is that a wise decision? I'm not so sure. An outside headlock by Remus Kane. Horus fires him off into the corner, follows him in with a knee right to the jaw. Oh! And a kick by Young Horus.
Roundhouse there.
And a bulldog out the corner. Is Horus going to pull off an upset here? Hooks the leg, gets a 2 count.
Oh, he needs to watch his back here.
Oh, and in comes DeCaro and legally drop kick down and outside in front of us here. Young Horus has got the momentum. I can't believe what we're seeing.
Is this the time? As last night prepared him for this?
This is it. But wait a minute, Horus took to the to the top rope here. DeCaro though finds him up there. Oh. You know, when Horus has a shower in the morning, he's going to be singing a little higher after that. Oh no! It'll be Young Horus in the morning. Oh no! And now Remus Kane's tying him up in a tree of woe in the corner. This is not good. And now tags in DeCaro, the man of destiny. Robert DeCaro is now going to get Irish whipped into... Oh no! Oh my God! Oh, spatula for Young Horus. That could be it. That's going to be it. No more. Oh,
just a 2 again. I thought that was going to be.
And that wasn't DeCaro pulling Horus up. Horus kicked out on his own steam. Now getting choked with like the middle rope there. Oh, and here comes DeCaro off the inside. Oh, knee right to the top of the back.
That trademark knee we see from him running knee always uses the ropes.
Oh, Sid, Horus is in trouble. Horus has not got anybody to tag on the outside.
Yeah, that's the bonus society. If they're feeling it, if they can just work him to that corner, they can tag a fresh man in.
Yep. So Remus Kane having time to recover on the outside. And now just stomps to the chest and the throat of Horus. Neil needs to get DeCaro out from the corner. DeCaro fires in with a clothesline.
No.
Oh, there we go, right on the head. Rise the Society. This match is mercifully. Oh, whoa! It's not over.
I thought that was it then.
Sipping, it's ready to ring the bell there. It didn't happen.
That's got to be the end, telling us it's a rise to society.
Horus got dropped on his head. Here comes Remus Kane. They cannot put young Horus away here. I think it's just angered the Society at this point. Oh, DDT right on the head. Is that it?
Still a fight from young Horus here.
Still life in the young man. You got to give him some credit here for staying in this.
Especially after last night.
Yeah, he took a beating from the Persian Empire. He's getting move after move done to him here, and he's not dying. Oh, massive boot.
Cut off with that huge boot.
Right to the chops. That could be it. No. Hard into the turnbuckles and into the corner of Robert DeCaro. Because now the legal man referee's got to get Remus Kane out of there. Oh.
Nice massive tag team maneuver.
Massive kick. Is this mercifully it? It's like, so, you know, there's a point where young Horus, should he just stay down?
Yeah.
Should he live to fight another day, you know?
To keep trying to fight back and get up here.
But it shows the heart of the young man is you know, it's big, it's there, but does pride come before a fall, you know? Just wearing young Horus down. And Horus, again, he is using this crowd as inspiration as the tag team partner he hasn't got. Oh, jawbreaker, trying to break free. Still got some life left in him. Oh, Remus Kane is down. Horus has now got to watch behind him. Ducks under DeCaro. Wheelbarrows up. Oh, head to the... Oh, my goodness. That was a meeting of the minds, wasn't it? Wow.
Young Horus is showing us I don't need a tag partner.
He's showing... Oh, well. And then a headbutt from Remus Kane. Maybe he does need a tag partner at this point. Up over the back. Oh, slides out. Pushes. Oh, meeting again in the corner of the Society. Young Horus, could he possibly pull this off, Sid?
At the minute, I'm going to say yes, because when I said he normally waits around, he's not waiting tonight. He's going straight in when he's got the advantage.
Kid's got a chance here. Flips over. Remus Kane, he's got him over. Can he do this? Oh, no.
Huge running knee
right to the head. Oh. And just as it looked like Horus had this won, in came DeCaro with that knee. And now the momentum is with the Society. I'm not sure I like Horus's chances anymore. At this point, down goes Horus. Here comes DeCaro! Oh my God. Horus might be out. Surely that has got to be it.
And your winners, the Society.
There we have it.
Fight as hard as he could. He was a valiant effort, we must admit. But that was enough for young Horus, who just could not overcome the odds.
No, we saw there that spin out cutter from Remus Kane, setting him up for that huge running near Robert DeCaro. Two huge moves to just end the match on.
And I think you do have a point where Something from last night, he wasn't 100%, but he gave it a good effort, let's be honest.
I don't know if you heard them, they're having a go at me, blaming me. I don't know where Hotel Khan says. I thought he was going to show up. I don't know where he is.
Try and find a partner next time, they said, but...
I did give one, and I thought he was going to be here, but tonight he hasn't turned up, I don't know. But obviously a huge victory there for the Society.
Yep, the Society did rise tonight.
And I've got to say, I was impressed by them. They look strong. They
2 on 2 next time, yeah? You can do that for us, right?
I'll try and solve that one for you.
And I never lost to Cayman. Get your facts right!
That's told you.
There we have.
Remus Kane saying he never lost to Cayman. Did he lose to Cayman, Carlisle? It's between you and me, Sid. I won't tell anyone.
He didn't lose. It was a disqualification ending that cost them the match. So, but it's not a win. It's not a loss. So it's just a no contest.
Remus Kane wants to be a winner, as does young Horus tonight, though. It just wasn't to be.
Huge effort for him, still trying to pick up that first victory here. You know, but still, it goes on, that losing streak that he's on in 2020. Poor guy.
I do feel sorry for him. a little bit. Just a little.
I do and I don't. I've seen improvements from though, week in, week out. I'm seeing
definitely.
More
and I saw an improvement in that match. You know, he almost beat the Society on his own.
Yes, 100% there. At one point, if Robert Ducar didn't get that running knee across on that pin.
This is it. It was like half a second away from an absolutely monumental upset, but young Horus is still on that little losing streak, bless him.
Hopefully, he doesn't put out another open challenge. That's all I'm hoping.
If he does, he might want to think about his verbiage first.
I think he needs to come and see us in our offices and actually ask, can I just pick a one-on-one match? Can I just have a one-on-one? You can choose my opponent, but be fair with him.
Common sense is the word there. So we've got lots more great action on the way tonight at Pride and Glory. Thanks for joining us. It starts in just about half an hour's time. If you haven't bought it yet, get to your local, however you're watching the show, and order the pay-per-view. It will be, a great show as always, like we produce here at the UKW Arena. That huge main event between Jonathan Cedric and Mustafa Khan. But that's not all, is it? We got lots more great action. Leonie Rose, who was my favourite, is in action tonight against. I never thought I'd see this match. It's Leonie Rose against the Jester.
Well, you know why this is happening.
How's this come about?
Well, you've got the Playtime Mafia against the Persian Empire, you see.
Playtime Mafia, which consists of
Cerebral Steve and Jester J-Ron Lewis.
He's not confused anymore. He is Cerebral Steve.
He is Cerebral Steve, and I mean cerebral. I used to call him Confused Steve. He's developing very well. He's becoming the complete package, I will say now.
We'll get to him in a little bit, but that match tonight is Leonie Rose of the Persian Empire, who still has that dream ticket, right?
Still has the dream ticket. Still hasn't cashed it in.
So she's got to pick her time.
I do believe that is why we are seeing this match tonight. The fact that Leonie Rose ever so nearly cashed in that dream ticket.
Yes.
Following a match between J-Ro and Jonathan Cedric.
This is it. It's not a cash in until we ring the bell, right?
Yes. It was that close. I had the ticket in hand. She was cashing in. I was walking around. But then she stormed back out to take the ticket off me and went, no.
So she's still got the dream ticket, which entitles her to a championship opportunity of her choice at any time. So what's the beef here with J-Ro Lewis?
Well, I'm thinking he's annoyed because he nearly cost that unification match. If she'd have cashed in and beat Jonathan Cedric for that championship, there would have been no unification match. She would have become the new UKW champion. But that ladder match would not have happened.
Today I saw on social media J-Ro Lewis saying, look, I don't want to hit, and it's his words this, I don't want to hit a girl, but...
Did he put the but there?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh.
There's a but there, and he was like, well, I am going to, make a point here for the Playtime Mafia.
Well, for me, I think he's like the alpha in the Playtime Mafia. So for me, he's got to show willing here to Cerebral Steve to say, it doesn't matter who's put in front of us.
Yep.
We need to make sure that we beat them.
Now,
we want to assert dominance, we've got to do this.
What we do have to remember is it's not the first time we've seen J-Ro in the ring with our incredible female wrestlers.
No,
We've seen him in the ring with Alfie before. We've seen incredible matches out of those two. And I don't think this match is anything to be missed tonight. It's not to be just a second thought, I think this may be a showstopper.
I'm going to say, I think both parties are going to go hell for leather on this. They're not going to give an inch because they're wanting their faction to be the number one.
This is a good point. You know, there's quite a few factions here now. We've got the New Dawn, we've got the Collective, but we've also got the Persian Empire and Playtime Mafia. Yeah, so, you know, it's a struggle. It's a constant fight for supremacy. And I'm sure Jester and Leonie Rose will want to do both their factions.
The interesting thing is, will they come out with anyone? Will we see Cerebral Steve at the side of Geralus, or will we see a member or members at the ringside for Leonie Rose?
J-Ro only has, you know, only, I say
only,
that.
but that
Only
guy
one.
is the reason I'm sat here and currently out of ring action.
Exactly. How far have you got any update on your return or anything to the ring, or is it
It's
still a long way
April
away yet?
before I find out a bit more news, but it's looking like a long road to recovery.
In the meantime,
and in the meantime, I'm seeing Steve get better and better I don't want to take my revenge on him. He's looking like he's going to be too good for when I come
Wow, that's a really good point, though. To the point where, you know, you want your revenge, but then you're looking at him going, well, actually, do I want to go near him at this point? Because, you know, he is getting more cerebral, more vicious, and more dangerous.
And going into that, Cerebral Steve does have a match tonight as well.
There we go. The segue is writing itself, kids. It's writing itself. As there we go. Cerebral Steve will be in action tonight against another young man who's, you know, building a bit of momentum. He's...
Well, his debut was against Mustafa Khan, and he did pick up the win. He did win.
Somehow, some way, it actually happened.
So, is that the man that's going to dethrone Mustafa Khan from being that UKW champion?
We're talking about Cliff Harrison here.
Because obviously it was unreal. He came back. He says, when I'm going to do my first match, I want a huge challenge. Mustafa Khan, he called him out.
He couldn't have got much of a bigger challenge than that.
So then everyone's shocked he got the victory, and it was like, wow.
And then also last month we saw Cliff Harrison with a victory as well in our pre-show last month. So he's got some momentum going.
I was going to say he's on up and down form, should we say? But obviously with them huge wins he's got. But has he gone against someone that can strike and kick?
I think he might have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew here.
Steve has now added in submissions. Last night we saw Steve use that guillotine choke to win. So we're now seeing him adding submissions.
So he's not just dangerous with his hands and his feet like we know he is. You know, he's now dangerous with
everything.
It's like a human walking weapon, basically. Living up to the name Cerebral Steve and Cliff Harrison tonight here at Pride and Glory. We also have the Yorkshireman in action tonight, but he's got a challenge on his hand as well. I can't believe.
Well, I think Yorkshireman stepped up here because the last time we saw Ian Creed, he got Joe Sedgwick pushed out in a shopping trolley to this arena. So he'd already destroyed him in the back, and they had to do a full match. It was just a beat down on Joe Sedgwick. So I think the Yorkshireman's coming out here for his tag team partner.
And Joe is not here tonight, so you know he's got no backup there.
But I don't think Ian Creed's got any backup.
Ian Creed doesn't know what a friend is. You know, Ian Creed wouldn't know what a friend was if a friend hit him in the face. So, you know, we've got no friends for Ian Creed, but the Yorkshireman as well, like I say, his partner is not around tonight. He's otherwise occupied. So, yeah, that'll be a good match. We also have Johan Hunt in action. I still can't believe this. Johan Hunt on an undefeated streak. you winding me up.
I am not going to. The man raised by freaking wolves is undefeated in 2022.
You're having a giggle. I swear down, you're winding me up.
Legend is carrying on that legend.
I don't believe this.
He hits that Phantom Stomp and he's winning.
I really don't believe this.
Leonie Rose has assisted him.
Well,
wins.
But so I've not seen his opponent in action, but you have.
Yes.
Johan Hunt tonight with the challenger Mad Ed.
So let's say you've not seen Mad Ed.
You are in for a treat.
I'd say you might want some earplugs if it's your first time here.
I need to get my AirPods out, do I? Oh God. Is Mad Ed going to live up to his name?
But last night we saw a change in his ring attire.
Okay.
He always used to come out in this vest with a red handprint on. He still came out with it, but took it off last night, and he had some shiny new white boots. And when he came past me at the end of the match last night, he goes, "These are my boots, Sid." And I'm trying to think, why is he talking about his boots to me? I don't want them.
Is he?
Where are your boots, Sid? Have you kept an eye on them? You sure you've not lost them?
Do you know where your gear
Where are
is?
your boots?
I'm a trainer's guy in that ring.
Fair enough.
Have shiny white boots.
So are we trying to say that Mad Ed is like a slice short of a full loaf, or is he?
Well,
You know?
he calls his main move the Mad Education.
Mad Education.
So
Clever pun. I like a good pun, but
So obviously he's got that, but you'll see it's unorthodox. He doesn't wrestle the way you'd normally see. There's a lot. He's very loud.
are we trying to say here that Johan Hunt is orthodox, though? Because I don't think Johan Hunt is the most orthodox person in the world.
Yeah, but
But
Johan Hunt is going to have to use that speed, I think, though, tonight.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be agile and get out the way of Mad Ed. If Mad Ed can obviously grasp onto him and use his size and strength advantage in this match, then I can see maybe Johan Hunt losing that undefeated streak.
But Johan
so you
Hunt
can
is on the
finally
streak.
come back down and
Thanks to the
realise-
Persian Empire, though, Johan Hunt is on that streak. You know, and it's strength in numbers, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the numbers game seems to be working at this point.
I still can't believe it, but it's just things I never thought I'd hear myself say. Johan Hunt on an undefeated streak. So we'll see if that will continue tonight right here at Pride and Glory. So lots of great matches on the way, including that huge handicap match. Don't forget, if Big Duncan loses somehow, some way, then he will not be allowed at ringside for the main event, which will be Jonathan Sedgwick against Mustafa Khan for the UK Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. We only now have one belt, but it is owned by the Persian Empire.
I was going to say they currently have one belt.
And Mustafa Khan's changed, Sid. He wouldn't even say hello to me earlier. He used to be the most friendly guy, you know, happy-go-lucky. He'd be, you know, hugging people, shaking their hands, saying hello. He was sat downstairs on his own in a corner with his Persian Empire, and they weren't entertaining anybody.
Yeah, he acknowledges no one.
No.
He just says...
Just his little
It was
empire.
normally, "Oh, can I have the microphone?" I mean, it's now just, "Give me the mic. Give it here. I want that." It's like, I'm going to take. I don't care about anyone else.
What's happened to the guy? It's not the Mustafa Khan that I've known personally over 10 years. You know, it's not the same guy.
I was going to say at the start of the year we saw him, it's my last run, I'm going to give it one more time. I've got one more
He was this close to walking away from the business he loves.
But now we've got this. Is he power hungry?
I don't know. What's got into his head? Who's, you know, is he pulling all the strings? Is there somebody else pulling the strings?
Oh yeah, it was perfect for him. Obviously, he's getting on. He's told us he's getting on.
Yeah, it's no secret that he's been riddled with injuries.
He went and got Big Duncan here.
But now he's got an insurance.
Yeah, taller than himself,
bigger than himself, stronger than himself, and younger than himself.
Yeah, to then call him boss and just do whatever he says.
Fight his battles, and Big Duncan is unhinged.
Yeah,
you know, he's like a beast unleashed.
I was going to say, the man has never been pinned. He's never been submitted.
No, and obviously Mustafa Khan will know that. He'll know that having Big Duncan on his side is a coup.
The only
and he'll
time
want him on his side.
He has a loss was when Jonathan Sedgwick did have Big Duncan in the sharpshooter.
Yep.
And Leonie Rose had to run in and cause a disqualification.
She had to
stop Big Duncan possibly tapping out. If he was, I don't know. But it's the first time we saw him down and in a submission.
So he is human. Yeah. We know that he is human. And tonight, obviously, he has the challenge of, you know, wildcard Tommy Dillon, who's been here, you know, longer than I have, and he knows, you know, his way around the ring. He's got the fighting heart, the fighting spirit.
And he's come away, he's looking 100% ready. He's medically fit, there's no tape on him.
Yes,
he was looking good.
Of course.
He's in shape. He got the win last night. So he's coming in with momentum here.
It's the key word of the night is momentum, I think, you know.
I'm going to say, you've got to feel positive going into it. If you're on an absolute losing streak, going into a massive event like that, he's got a 2 or more handicap against a guy that no one's been able to put down.
And obviously his partner is Sheik Maktoum, who is quite the fan favourite these days. He's quite the happy-go-lucky guy. He's got to be careful that he doesn't get caught by Big Duncan.
He's got to be careful, but he's annoyed. When Mustafa Khan put out that open challenge for that championship, Sheikh Matum answered it to then be put down by Big Duncan. Didn't even get the opportunity to get that match started.
So he's got a bit of beef here with Duncan. He wants some revenge.
So he's going to be ready for it. He's going to be fired up. You've got Tommy Dillon that's going to be fired up, ready the beatdowns.
He's always fired up. The wild card.
My co-commentator in Henry Winter does call them Wild Shake, I will say. If you want to call
Wild what?
Wild Shake.
Wild Shake.
So if you're struggling to think of them, just go Wild Shake. They seem to be happy being known as that.
I do think it is interesting to potentially keep an eye on Sheikh Maktoum this evening, because I don't know about you guys, but I was incredibly surprised to find out that he wasn't a member of the Persian Empire.
No, you know, I mean, is that in his... Is he disappointed by this? Is he angry about this? Is he confused why he isn't in the group?
Because he used to be Mustafa Khan's go-to for a while.
I was going to say, when he came into the UK roster, he was Mustafa Khan's right-hand man, shall we say.
Now, do you think he feels forgotten? Do you think he feels neglected? Or
I think he feels burned. I think that's the heartache that he's feeling, and lost and cut off from this group of friends that he had. I think is why we've found such a strange relationship between him and Tommy Dillon recently, but it's working for them.
This is it. They have a friendship going, they have a thing going, and they had the chance tonight to somewhat equal the odds for Jonathan Cedric a little bit later on in that main event.
But there's the reason we forgot about the wildcard. Tommy Dillon was tagging with Big Duncan.
Yes,
they had the chance.
Duncan was
for
the
them
one.
Tag team
Duncan was the one who threw him off our stage here. Remember that?
Yes, but before that, they had that championship match.
Yeah.
They was that close to winning the tag belts, and then he just didn't. When Tommy Dillon went for that tag, he just moved his arm away, left the ring, and just left him there.
And then proved that, you know, with friends like that, who needs enemies?
So both men going into that match tagging up have obviously
and like we said, Duncan then did you know, physically dominate wildcard Tommy Dillon, throw him off the stage, put him out of action for a while, and cause him serious injuries. So there'll still be some revenge there for Tommy Dillon, surely, on his mind.
There are so many layers to this match. I think which just makes
That's
it impossible.
That's a great word. There's layers. I like that.
I think it just makes it impossible for us to even think about who could possibly come out on top.
Yep, but we will find out.
We have to hope that Big Duncan isn't ringside during the main event. I don't know.
This is it. I think if he is, Cedric's not got a chance. If he isn't, Cedric has half a chance.
I'm going to say, he's the enforcer of that Persian Empire. If they can get rid of him ringside, he's got Johan Hunt and Leonie Rose. Leonie Rose played the mind games. Johan Hunt's got that speed, quickness, might try and the phantom stomp on Jonathan Cedric. But there's no one to grab hold of Jonathan Cedric and throw him about.
Nope, exactly.
It's only Mustafa Khan has to do it himself. If that happens.
So we've got a few minutes left of this pre-show. I'm going to throw some predictions here to you guys.
Here we go.
So we'll start with the main event. Cedric against Mustafa Khan. Sid, do you think Cedric can get his belt back?
You've got to go for Cedric, 6-time champion. Got to get that 6th time in, Annie. You've got to believe. Because if he doesn't, the stipulation for him is huge. He can't challenge again for that belt, and Mustafa Khan has it. So I'm going with Cedric. I think that's enough momentum to give it, and obviously motivation to do it.
Shelby, what do you think?
I think I am indeed Team Cedric. I think I will always be.
You know which side your bread's buttered on, basically, don't you?
I don't know who pays my check.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I think Mustafa Khan and the Persian Empire are too much.
Okay.
I think somehow, with this new alliance and maybe the possibility of Duncan being at ringside, I fear for the CEO. I don't want to say that, but I do fear for him tonight. I think it might just be a bridge too far.
I see what you're saying,
I've just got a feeling. My gut is saying, my heart's saying I want Cedric to win, because I don't like what Mustafa Khan did to all of us at all. I think it was a damn nasty thing to do. But my head is saying, I can't see Cedric as one man on his own in an island. Just, that's just my personal opinion, obviously.
So, EKW Tag Championships, New Dawn, or the New Collective, I will call them.
It's a big one. I don't like what JPR did. I think I was shocked and appalled that I'd had him sat at the desk here before. He seemed like a reasonable guy, and then he pulled a fast one on everyone, took out Henry Winter and claimed the belts. But I think the New Dawn have got a shot here. And like you said, Sid, with them having a little bit of miscommunication and a few issues by the sounds of it, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if we had Billy Two Belts and Andrew Jepson tonight. It wouldn't shock me if they did. So I'm going to go with those guys. I think New Dawn might become the new tag team champions. What do you guys think here? Shelby?
I think I have to go with the New Dawn because
team.
It's not we have to remember that it's not the first time Andrew Jepson has held the tag team championships.
No,
he previously held them alongside Henry Winter back when the original collective were a thing.
Yep, I'm going well back here, but it happened.
I think Andrew Jepson and Billy O'Keefe are way on track to get that gold.
Do you agree, Sid?
I'm against you both.
What?
Sid!
I can't help it. I think
Phoenix.
that dysfunction and the saying, we'll discuss this at home, I think Cayman will have got back to him and gone, you need to prove yourself, JPR.
Definitely.
You think
you
he
need
might
to
have
come here
You
and
think
we
he
need
might
to
have sorted
do
it out here?
And you need to earn them that belt that you've got now
We
and
know
make
who
sure
wears
he's
the
got
pants.
it.
This is it, yeah. Cayman Carlisle at home with an angry face. You think?
A title belt in hand.
Yeah. And you want to keep this? You've got to earn it. You
Title
know?
belt in one, baseball bat in the other. I don't
Pointing
think
it
you're
right at
argue
his
with
throat.
him, are
You know, exactly. So you're going with the collective.
Collective on that one.
And do we think, finally, before we leave here, do we think that the Big Duncan will be a factor in this main event?
I want to say he's not going to make it, but I think he's going to make it there.
You think he's
going to
too
win.
much?
I think he's too big of a guy to even put down.
What do you think, Shelby?
I don't think we're going to see him.
You don't? You think they can do
I
it?
think
You think Wild
Check's
Check's got
going
it?
to do it.
I'm
I
gonna,
really think that they are.
Playing devil's advocate, I'm going with Sid here. I think Duncan's too much. I think just the state that he's in, the size, I just think he's too much. But all those questions are going to be answered very, very soon. In just about 10 minutes' time. If you haven't ordered the pay-per-view yet, you've got 10 minutes to do it. We're going to go and grab a drink, and we'll be back with you at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on the pre-show here at the UKW Arena, and we hope to see you for Pride and Glory very, very soon.